Tonight's true scary story is about a girl who has been terrorized since she was 7 years old by something unseen. This submitter wanted to remain anonymous, so for that reason, we're going to call her Ellie. Now, when Ellie was 7 to 8 years old, this is when everything started for her. It's important to note that the house that they lived in, no one had ever lived in before. This house was actually built for this family. Her room was on the second floor, and right as you walked up the stairs, it was right to the right. She had always struggled with sleep, especially falling asleep, and when she was asleep, she would wake up really easily because she was a very light sleeper. So when her parents would send her to bed, she wouldn't actually go to bed. She would wait till they closed the door, and then she would get up and she would either color, play with toys, read, and then she would do this until she was tired. She would normally stay up pretty late, but in order to not get in trouble for staying up super late, she started to memorize her parents' footsteps, and she also memorized everyone in her house's footsteps. So that way, when she was coloring or reading or doing whatever she was doing and her parents would walk up the stairs, she would be able to hear them before they would come into her room. She would hurry, get up, turn off the light, get in bed, and pretend to be asleep. Now, the night that everything happened, she heard them walking up the stairs, so she ran to her bedroom, she turned off her light, and she waited for them to check on her, and then they shut the door and they went to bed. Well, after that, she decided that she was gonna go to sleep because she felt tired, when all of a sudden she hears another pair of footsteps coming up the stairs, but she does not recognize these footsteps. These footsteps are much heavier and like deliberate. Her first thought is that somebody has broken into her house, so she jumps up and she locks the door real quick and she runs back into her bed. And then she hears the footsteps walk to her younger sister's room, stop, not do anything. Then they walk over to her younger brother's room, stop. They don't do anything. Then another couple seconds pass and the footsteps start walking towards her door. They're walking slowly towards her door and they stop right in front of her door. She is utterly terrified. She puts her covers over her face and she is shaking. Whatever this was got so close to her door that she started hearing this loud, hoarse breathing. She is terrified when all of a sudden the door just starts jingling like someone's trying to get inside of her room. It does this for a few seconds and then she hears it walking down the stairs. Now, after this, she was so terrified that every time her parents would come check on her after she would do her nightly routine, she would actually get up and lock the door because this was not the last of this. Now, this started happening every single night, but it would only happen right as she was about to fall asleep. Only time that it wouldn't happen is if one of her friends was sleeping over. Well, it started turning from jingling her door handle to banging on her door at night. And then sometimes she would just hear tapping on the door, tap, 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 and then she would hear on the window, tap, 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 and then her closet door, tap, tap, tap. And one night, in the middle of the night, after all of this stuff is happening, she gets up and she actually has to pee so badly. Now, normally she does not leave her room after she locks it after her parents check on her, but she